Hey guys, so today we're back with another real estate lingo video. If you haven't noticed, we are in a different office. We moved to one with a window because and we were in a little dungeon in the last one, but hey, we came up. So today we're going to be talking about offer terms. This is part 3 to our real estate lingo videos, and we'll have one more part after this and then we'll be done. So Sol's going to kick it off for us today.
So our first actual offer term is the offer. So once we're pre-approved or we decide we want to pay cash, Saylor and I will go in, we'll draft up the contract, get all the nitty-gritties in there, and then, we may come in at asking price if we think that, that's appropriate, or if it's been sitting a while, we might come in under. But I mean, if it's competitive, we might have to come in overpriced as well, because in this market we're seeing $30,000, $40,000 over on, highly competitive houses. So the offer is basically what we're willing to pay for the home. It's kind of like bidding on the property.
All right, so next we're talking about the counter offer, which is basically negotiating the offer. Sometimes the sellers will counter our offers, sometimes they'll accept. So if they counter, they could come in at any price. Say if we offer 10,000 below, they might meet us in the middle at 5,000 below and see if we'll counter. We could counter again, or we could accept, but basically it's just kind of negotiating that first offer with what they want to try to get for the property.
Right. And just so to kind of add on to that, after we submit our offer, they either have the choice to, not reply at all, basically just rejecting our offer. They can accept it, or counter offer like Saylor said, and they'll come back and say, well, let's meet in the middle or something like that. Alrighty, so the third term is going to be proof of funds. This usually comes, with the offer. We'll attach it to the email in the offer. This is just basically showing that you have the money in the bank for, if you're paying cash, the full sales price, or if we're doing a loan, you have the money for down payment, and then, all the closing costs and things like that.
And normally if it's a loan, then we would just submit the pre-approval with the offer, just so they know that we're good for our offer. And then if it's cash, we would just submit a proof of funds with it. So now we're talking about earnest money. So normally for earnest money, we do about 1% of the offering price. And this is just something that says you're serious about your offer. So once you submit the earnest money, once the offer is accepted, you're not losing out on this money. If the deal falls through for whatever reason, you get that money back. But if it doesn't fall through, then that money can just be credited to you at closing. So it's just something that just says you're good for your offer, you're serious, you're interested, and you're willing to pay.
And it doesn't have to be 1% either. That's just like the standard rule of thumb. But if we're in a competitive situation, we're gonna wanna bump that up to make our offer stronger as well. So our last terms, I'll bunch them together because they're pretty much part of the same thing. It's option period and option fee. So with our offer and earnest money, we'll include an option fee, which is usually $100, but we can up it to make it look more appealing. So this allows us, a window to get the property inspected, get the report back, go over it, and decide if we need to negotiate some repairs, or if everything looks good, we'll just go from there. This is typically a 10-day period, but if we're competitive, I will, get it down as short as I can after our inspector can get in.
And in the sense that if for whatever reason the inspection report comes back bad and you want to back out of the offer, all you lose is that option money, which is normally $100 like Sol was saying, and the fee for the inspection report. Yeah. And if we don't back out, then that $100 just gets credited to your closing costs as well, just like the earnest money.
So we like to call this like a protection period, basically checking out the property, make sure everything's good, and then we can kind of go from there, renegotiate, or just stay locked in.
Okay guys, so that is all for our part 3 video over offer terms. Next video will be part 4 over under contract terms and closing terms, and then we'll be done with this series. So we hope that you guys have been enjoying, and stay tuned for the next video.